You leave a city you once lived in. Years later, you return. The streets are familiar, the buildings almost unchanged, but something feels empty. It's not the place you long for. It's the people who were once there. Think about your childhood home. The walls, the rooms, the backyard. They seemed magical when you were young, but if you return as an adult with no family inside, the magic is gone. The place is the same, yet it feels completely different. This reveals something powerful. What we miss most in life is not the physical setting, but the people who filled it. The laughter at the dinner table, the neighbors you grew up with, the friends you shared summer nights with. Without them, the place becomes just walls and streets. Psychologists call this the social construction of memory. Places matter less than the emotions we experience there, and emotions are tied to people's. The beach you miss is not about the sand, it's about the friend you were with. The schoolyard is not about the building, it's about the kids who stood by your side. So when nostalgia strikes, it rarely pulls us back to a location on its own. It pulls us back to a moment shared with someone who mattered. The place is just the stage. The people are the story. But if this is true, then the question becomes, why does the human brain attach so much meaning to people while places fade away? What is it about relationships that makes them the anchors of memory? The science of memory gives us the answer. Memories are not perfect recordings of the past. They're selective, shaped by emotion. The stronger the emotion, the deeper the memory is stored. This is where people make the difference. When you're with someone you love, trust, or even fear, your brain releases more emotional signals. These signals tell the hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, to store the event with extra strength. The place becomes a backdrop, but the person becomes the anchor. The amygdala, which processes emotion, works hand in hand with the hippocampus. That's why you can vividly recall the expression on a friend's face years later, but struggle to remember the details of the room you were in. Emotion attaches to people more than two walls. From an evolutionary perspective, this makes sense. For survival, knowing who you could trust mattered more than knowing every detail of the landscape. Places could change, but relationships defined safety. Remembering people was key to survival. Even neuroscience confirms it with mirror neurons, cells in the brain that fire not just when we act, but when we see others act. They tie us to human behavior on a deep level, making interactions unforgettable. You don't remember the park bench itself. You remember the laughter you shared with someone sitting next to you. This is why reunions are so powerful. Returning to a place may stir faint recognition, but meeting an old friend again can flood you with emotion and memory instantly. The person reignites the past more than the setting ever could. So when we rarely miss bricks or landscapes. We miss faces, voices, and the way someone made us feel. Places fade, people last. But this truth carries a deeper message. If people are the anchors of memory, then what does that reveal about who we are and how we should live today? If people are the anchors of memory, then this reveals something profound about who we are. Humans are social beings to the core. Our meaning doesn't come from buildings or landscapes, it comes from connection. What we truly carry with us are the bonds we share. This is why places lose their magic when the people are gone. A school without classmates is just bricks. A childhood home without family is just walls. Even a favorite vacation spot feels hollow if you return alone. It's not geography that gives life meaning, it's relationship. And this insight carries a warning. In the rush of modern life, we often prioritize work, money, or status, thinking they will define our legacy. But when people look back, they rarely talk about the office they worked in. They talk about who was with them, who supported them, laughed with them, loved them. So if memory is built on people, the best way to live is to invest in relationships. Make time for family dinners. Call the friend you've been meaning to reach out to. Create moments, not just milestones. These will outlast the places, the titles, even the achievements. It also means we have power. By being present with others, we help shape their lasting memories too. A kind word, a shared laugh, a moment of empathy. These may seem small, but they become someone else's anchor. Just as others define our past, we define theirs. The takeaway is simple. Places will fade, but people remain. When you miss a place, what you truly miss is the company that gave it meaning. So fill your life with people, not just spaces. Build memories that will last longer than any location. Because, in the end, what we carry is not the map of where we've been. It's the faces of who walked there with us,